Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you can be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And, of course, available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notify bell next to it to make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We have a variety of award tiers over there. DJ Booty Dan is back as a patron.
Awesome.
Want to give a shout out to him. I want to see if I think we might have had a couple new patrons as well.
New
this
patron
week
order.
In Patreon/YouTube channel member exclusive.
Yeah.
Exclusive bonus content. Oh, brand new patron, Nasty Habit.
Thank you.
Samuel Cruz.
Thank you.
DJ Booty Dan.
Thank you.
Fernando Mendoza.
Thank you.
Anthony Wood.
Thank you.
And Monty Pittman. All right.
Thank you.
So, so we had I just have to hit publish on the continuing adventures of Psycho Friendo.
Oh, yeah.
In AAA Lucha Heroes Del Ring.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And then we fantasy booked. Did we fantasy book the Rumble? No. What do we do?
Oh,
this
we did
week?
like 2 weeks ago.
What do we do this week on bonus content? I don't even know. I don't remember anymore. It's been good stuff though. Oh, we power ranked. Thrown together. Tag
thrown
team
together
champions.
tag teams that won the titles. Yeah.
That was good stuff.
Yeah, we did that.
So can I just go home now and rewatch Picard again?
No.
I'm shocked I came in on time today because Picard was on this morning.
Yeah, you couldn't
I
wait,
thought it was
huh?
going to be tonight. I thought I'd have to wait till tomorrow morning because I'm going
Yeah.
to go see Jeff in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Haymaker. Go to SF Sketch something or other. What is it?
Yeah.
I think I got to know. If you guys
SF
wanna-
Sketchfest.
If y'all are in San Francisco and you want to see some quality
Yeah, man.
sketch comedy,
Good. And go support good friendo.
yeah, man.
Jeff.
If you're a fan of the Four Lights podcast or whatever,
Yes.
you can come do that too.
Yes.
I have it in my wallet here.
That should be easy to find then.
What do you think?
Oh, man, you have a lot of things in your wallet.
Oh, here we go. Doesn't really give me any info on it though. It doesn't tell me where it is. Oh man. Anyways, it's at the Piano Fight Pavilion Studio Theater, probably theater. Yeah, tonight at like 7 or so.
7:30, I thought.
Yeah, something like that. Anyways,
Do that.
SF
Sketchfest, I think.
Oh yeah, sfsketchfest2020.com. So I'm going to be there just enjoying some sketch comedy. I'm not participating. I'm terrified in front of a live crowd.
Yeah.
But
I'll
yeah,
be at home editing.
I wanted to go see. Tim Spulak.
Yeah.
This morning said, "Dude, it's up."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man, skipping my run." So I skipped my daily jog, and I just flicked on Picard as soon as the wife left. I was
Yeah.
in heaven.
Yeah. That
Heaven
good, huh?
for 45 minutes of pure heaven.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon, Timothy Spulak and I,
All right.
we're going to review Picard together.
Sounds good.
I've asked Big Jeff. I said, hey, because he has some Star Trek friendlies down there in L.A. I
Yeah.
said, if you want to start taking on Discovery,
Yeah.
you do that. I'll take on Picard, and then we'll still do the Four Lights Next Generation stuff together.
What do you say about that?
I think he just said, yeah, sure. Which I hope isn't him being pissed off about that. He actually brought that idea to me in the first place.
Oh,
And then
okay,
I was
there you
like,
go.
hey, why don't we do this? And then he's like, yeah,
There you
sure.
go.
I think he's a busy guy. He's going to San Francisco this week.
Truth.
Anyways, so yeah, I suppose I should probably get into this whole NXT thing but I'm just Picard's on my mind right now, to be honest
I
with
can
you.
tell.
Oh, so good. It was so good.
I'll get around to watching it at some point.
Well, yeah, that's cool. Do or do not.
Yeah, I mean, I just,
Hey, I got to say this, though. That video I put up at youtube.com/Friendoville, videos to watch, episodes to watch, I nailed it. There were a ton of other lists just like that.
Yeah.
That, by the way, did way better numbers than I did.
Yeah.
And articles.
Yeah.
They're all crap.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they're talking about. My video is the best video.
So is this whole episode about Steve putting himself over?
Yeah. NXT was good. Speaking of going over, Keith Lee, new North
man.
American champion.
Yeah.
So that's cool. A bit unexpected, also maybe not, because he was so like, it felt like a special moment for him.
Yeah.
Even last week's little thing, and then he just dispatched the Undisputed Era like nothing. And he sort of did the same thing.
Yeah, kind of.
The moment they tried to get involved in this match.
Yeah, he seemed, even with on one good leg, he seemed like he really didn't sweat them too much.
He had less of an issue with them than Gargano did. Because remember when Gargano dispatched of him with
That was pretty cartoonish.
It was pretty easy for him to do that.
Yeah. Well, they always booked the Undisputed Era as a collective as mighty bumbling. Like individually, they're all great.
You know what it is? It's more like they have bad days. They have bad days and they have good days. Because sometimes they click perfectly.
They always have bad days. They can't handle the pressure, seemingly.
Well, they have good days, like when the prophecy was fulfilled. That was a good day.
Yeah, but didn't Roddy do that more or less on his own? I don't recall.
Yeah, I don't remember. Who did he win that off of? Was it a triple threat? No. I don't remember.
It wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
Can't remember.
It's dude.
Because like when Adam Cole won the title, he did that by himself. There was no outside interference.
Right, yeah. Although he did say, hey, look, over there.
Yeah, he used the specter of the Undisputed Era as a distraction.
How about that Walter chop on Adam Cole last night?
Dude, so my DVR will record 2:08.
Oh, no.
Last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The show wasn't yet over at 2:08. So after I'm missing that chop I saw it on Twitter. I saw it all over the place. I watched it a million times. I set my recording to go 5 minutes further so I don't miss this stuff anymore. So I didn't see any of the brawl. It cut off right when Keith Lee is leaving the ring. And I knew it was going to happen because all over Twitter before I even started watching NXT. And I was like, oh, cool. I can't wait to see this because I'm sure it's thunderous. I saw the GIF. I didn't listen to the video. And, sure enough, cut off early.
Confession time for me as well. This morning after I watched Picard, I was on Twitter, and that was the first time I saw it too, because I did something different, a little bit different last night. I watched AEW. While I was watching AEW, I had my Streamlabs recording the feed of NXT, so I don't have to worry about the commercials.
All right.
And so when Keith Lee won, like I watched after AEW, I immediately loaded up NXT. I watched that, skipped through all the commercials and stuff. And at the very end, Keith Lee won, and he's just standing there milling about. I was like, well, he's milling about. That's got to be it. And I just left. And I had no idea there was more of it.
Oh, really?
Until this morning.
Wow.
After I watched Picard, I was like, oh, God, when did that? Oh, that must have happened after I walked out of my office.
Yeah, man.
So,
you got to stay till the show ends.
I thought I had. Every time I think I do.
Literally, I wait till they go to the next program.
What's the next program? Oh, sometimes it's a movie?
Yeah, it was a movie. No, it wasn't a movie. That was after AEW last night. It was a movie.
Yeah, that's right. TNT does movies afterwards.
Sometimes USA
Probably
does.
like a Law and Order. It's got to be a Law and Order.
Yeah, it might have been.
Or a Chicago PD.
I mean, I watched until, like for NXT, I watched until my DVR stops.
Yeah.
And then,
Thunderous chop, though.
Yeah, it was pretty huge.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a hell of a sell by Adam Cole, too.
Yeah,
man.
it was awesome.
He about did a full backflip.
So, yeah, NXT was fantastic, I thought.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
It's always good.
Fun show. Kicked off with semifinal match, Dusty Classic, Undisputed Era versus Grizzled Young Veterans. This kind of went down how we expect it to.
Yeah.
Imperium distracted Undisputed Era.
Just by standing.
Yeah, they're in the crow's nest. So Grizzled Young Veterans got the W. But it was a fun match. Early on, Undisputed Era were working over James Drake, his leg.
Yeah.
He does that spot now every match, I guess, where Zach Gibbs is about to be whipped into the corner, so he runs to the top of the turnbuckle and I guess takes the brunt of the hit.
Yeah, I think more than anybody, I mean, I guess you could say the Broserweights, because I think you're probably right. They're probably going to win this.
Oh, they have shirts. They're totally going to win.
And granted, they've become a big thing, but in terms of who's risen their stock, man, the Grizzled Young Veterans, just with that one win last week, and then the little promos they cut calling them Full Sail Neckbeards last night.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
They have done a great job raising their stock.
Yeah.
I love those guys in there. Great.
Yeah. Go to commercial, come back. Roderick Strong hops on the apron. He distracts James Drake, and that allows Kyle O'Reilly to get the tag to Bob Fish. Fish goes on a rampage, clears house, but then he goes for a moonsault, misses. Grizzled Young Veterans gain the advantage again. They go for their finish. Bobby Fish escapes. Kyle O'Reilly low bridges James Drake out of the ring. Undisputed Era hit chasing the Dragon on Gibson. He kicks out. They go for total elimination. James Drake breaks it up. Things break down. Brawls are happening. Kyle O'Reilly and Zach Gibson are out of the ring. Fish and James Drake are trading forearms. Undisputed Era gets back in there. They get the upper hand. And that's when Imperium's music hits. Mm-hmm. So the Tron comes on. And so first they look at the stage, and then they realize with the spotlight and all, they're standing on the crow's nest above commentary. And then Gibson tosses out Bob Fish. They hit Ticket to Mayhem on Kyle O'Reilly to get the win.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was
that
pretty
was
cool.
great. They were beside themselves. Yeah, it's done a lot for the grizzled young veterans. I love that. I think it's great. I'm going to be actively rooting for them. Although, man, I love the Broserweights.
They're totally going to win.
That face-off promo was fantastic.
That was really good. Next, we had a Rhea Ripley Toni Storm video package. Following that, with a Shotzi Blackheart video package. That was cool. She's wrestled for Hood Slam a lot.
Yeah.
Up here in NorCal a ton.
Yeah.
She's billed from Oakland.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, she's great.
Expecting huge things.
After that, we had Toni Storm versus Io Shirai.
Toni working a bit heel here.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's funny because Io's like supposed to be the heel.
Yeah, but Tony's got this thing coming up with Rhea at Worlds Collide,
I know.
so she has to heal it up a little bit.
She even did the Ric Flair handshake bit where she offers her hand to Io, and Io's about to shake it. She didn't do this, but she pulled it back.
Yeah, you got to do the hair thing.
You got to
straighten the hair.
You do the full Ric Flair thing. Yeah. There's this great bit where Io, like I think Toni has Io in like a headlock, and Io gets up and runs towards the rope, slides under the bottom rope, but in the process of doing that, kind of like drapes Toni across the bottom rope. I had never seen that before.
Yeah, it's cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was really neat.
It was really smooth.
Yeah,
that was neat.
Anyways, I forgot to mention there was a German suplex spot in Picard.
Interesting.
It was rad. I was like, holy crap! I just saw a German suplex.
Who got suplexed and who was a suplexer?
An evil Romulan got suplexed. And
by Picard?
And no, he doesn't do. No, in fact, whenever he runs, the camera's always behind him because it's not him running.
Obviously.
Hey, that dude's old.
Yeah, he is pretty old.
No, it was. I'm not gonna spoil anything. It was his acquaintance in this. It was like the girl that you see in the trailers. This girl comes to Picard for some help, and then she ends up German suplexing a evil.
What's her name in this? Vosh?
One can hope, maybe for season 2.
I mean, he just invited Whoopi Goldberg to be a part of season 2.
I want him to find wherever Vosh is, wherever that actress is.
Yeah.
I'd like to invite you to season 2.
Yeah.
I need a love interest.
That'd be swell.
Want to get it wet.
Jeez,
Patrick Stewart.
Wow. Anyways, there was interference in this match too. Toni is about to get 619 by Io. She catches it, drop kicks Io out of the ring, is going for a suicide dive, and Bianca Belair comes out of nowhere and blasts her with a forearm, spears her in the ring, hits a face buster. Rhea Ripley comes down. Her and Belair start to brawl. Io hits the springboard drop kick on Rhea. Then she sends Bianca out of the ring. Then she hits a moonsault. Amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
And then Toni follows with a suicide dive. She gets back in the ring. She holds that women's title. She holds it up. She thinks she's going to win.
Yeah. No. Rhea's a big deal.
Yeah.
And Toni Storm still, like, I really, really like Toni Storm.
She's great.
But her promos are just still kind of like she talks, even like when they did the recap of her, and I've never really wanted to say this because I really like Toni Storm, but like when they did the recap thing with her and Rhea Ripley, she just comes off as so awkward sometimes. Remember that? Someone beat you? And I know that's kind of plays into like who she is. That's just who she is. But it just comes off as awkward sometimes for me. So I don't know. Because I do feel that that's been probably the reason why. Remember, she was like the biggest thing coming into UK.
Yeah.
And then you go back and you look at that the promo with the shiny, and it's really bad. And I'm like, man, I wonder, like, I think they had a lot, but then Rhea Ripley comes in and she's just dropping these great promos. Like, she seems completely convincing and confident.
Yeah. And
she's like just murderous in the ring.
Yeah.
And Tony's really good in the ring, but her promos just aren't there. I don't know.
I see your point. Speaking of promos, Undisputed Era, they have an interview. They're complaining about Imperium getting involved, costing them a spot in the finals of the Dusty Classic. And Adam Cole's like, hey, let's focus. We got a prophecy to uphold here.
Like Bobby Fish said, we made the statement last week. They're not supposed to make a statement.
Yeah, that was funny. He says, we got to focus on keeping that North American title around Roddy's waist. It's prophecy here.
How much of Undisputed Era do you think is influenced by Anchorman? Because they totally come off like that.
Yeah.
They totally come off sometimes as Anchorman, as the Channel 4 news team.
Yeah.
Whatever they are. Channel 2 news team.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me either. Next, Ilya Dragunov promo.
This was rad.
Yeah,
this
it
was
wasn't
cool. He's all bathed in red light.
Yeah.
I really like this. I thought this was cool. Didn't quite convince me that he's gonna beat Finn Balor, but
this didn't convince me. But anyways, we'll get the predictions later.
You know what bums me out?
What?
He should have beat Cesaro that time.
Yeah.
He should have beat Cesaro that time.
Yeah.
They brought Cesaro in for that takeover. Was it Cardiff? I think it was Cardiff. And they should have had him win. They should have had him win. That bummed me out. Because here's the thing. Now he's going to drop 2, and one of these is going to be to Finn Balor unless Gargano gets involved.
That's entirely possible.
In that match, and Ilya picks up the win because of that.
Entirely possible.
So, yeah. Like I love Finn Balor, you know that.
In fact, highly plausible.
I really want Ilya to win this.
Yeah.
Big Ilya mark at this point.
Yeah, I know.
On brand.
Like 95% of the time, you eventually come around.
80%.
It's higher than that. Okay, that's one example.
Yeah, there's another. There's a couple of.
Maybe if you watch more of his stuff, maybe you'd eventually come around. Because it could be the point where he gets dumped on so much, you start to feel bad for him.
That's different, though, isn't it?
And then you feel bad for him, so you start to find things that you appreciate about him, and then you come around and start to like him.
I think there's a difference between here's the thing.
All right.
On brand for me is if I hate a character at first, and they don't do anything to change.
Yeah.
There's no change there, and eventually I come around to them.
Yeah.
There's a difference between that and if I hate a character, but then they go through some change or a story change, and I come around to them because then it's just like, oh, I see a side of them that they didn't have before.
Yeah, no, but that was the point I was bringing up. I was bringing the idea that like Taven is so dumped on.
Yeah,
but that's
like a difference.
No. I don't mean in a kayfabe capacity. I just mean from people in general.
Oh,
that you start to feel bad for him.
Oh no, I don't think I'd do that.
No, it remains to be seen.
Anything's possible.
Anyway, speaking of Finn Balor, he had a match against Joaquin Wilde. Well, he beat the hell out. It wasn't bad. It wasn't competitive.
No, it wasn't.
I think Joaquin Wilde got like a move in.
I know, maybe.
And
he's still stumbling around with that mask when ever since you mentioned that, how he has to hold the mask.
He needs a strap for it.
When he gets in between the ropes.
He needs a chin strap for it.
It's goof.
It's too much. Go back to the vest with all the LEDs. That was cool.
Yeah, I know. What's wrong with the LEDs?
Yeah, Joaquin Wilde maybe got a move in because it was Finn dominated from bell to bell.
And Finn was yapping. It was like Booker T commentating during his own match. He was just talking the whole time.
This one's for Johnny. He's kicking him. This one's for Dragunov.
Yeah.
This one's for anybody else who wants it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking all over the place.
Easy peasy for Finn Balor.
Yeah, coup de grace, 1916, he wins. After that, Shayna Baszler interview. This was interesting. She talks about Shotzi eliminating her from the Battle Royal last week. It says, by doing that, Shotzi, you ended your career before it even started. And this is the interesting part. Shayna says, I'm not going anywhere. And she'll go through everyone in that women's locker room to become Shayna 3-time.
Yeah.
And then during her match against Shotzi, she dumped her over the top rope.
Well, yeah.
I'm looking for any little sign that she's winning that Rumble.
Well, here's another sign, though. When she said Shayna 3-time, it was the most underwhelming, unpunctuated Shayna 3-time. Because she said, and I'm going to go through everyone to become Shayna 3-time. I'm like, you know damn well that you are already gone. You're already out. I was kind of surprised, though, because I kind of feel like so they obviously did not give her a Worlds Collide match because she's going to be in the Rumble, and she's probably going to win the Rumble. But this match was a bit tougher than I thought. I mean, they made Shotzi look great, and that was the purpose of it.
Yeah.
You're not going to have her win. But that spot on the apron, which I think is probably like a Shotzi thing.
Yeah.
Sliced bread on the apron.
Yeah.
This is a brutal little,
nice
spot right there.
Spot.
But I was like, man, they're really they're letting her get a lot of offense.
You don't think they'd have Shayna win the Rumble and then challenge Rhea?
No, NXT has how many people in the Rumble on the men's side?
Well, not many, but probably at least a third of the field in the women's Rumble is going to be NXT competitors.
Dude, I'm not. I hope so.
I mean, literally, like just if you do the math, there's maybe at most 20 main roster women that could be involved.
I know, but dude, they're going to bring in some legends.
Oh, they will, because not everybody on the main roster is going to be in the Rumble either.
What do you think the number is? Because I think it caps at 5 on the women's side.
No,
NXT talent.
8.
I don't think it's going to be even close to that. I think if you take a look just at the men's side of thing, I think that gives us an indication as to how they feel about NXT in general.
I understand that. I'm just saying that just doing the math. Because I remember when we were going through a match chat one day, someone asked us, hey, predict like who's going to be in the Rumble or something. And we sat and did it. And including everybody who's not earning a match on the main roster, plus people who are injured, I think at most for main roster women, we got to 18 or something like that.
That's really bizarre. That's bizarre. They have so few people, given that NXT has like
I know tons.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I hope you're right. I hope it's 8. I get the feeling it's not going to be more than 5. I really get that feeling. It feels like I at this point I really think that Matt Riddle is going to be the only NXT guy. I think it's going to be him, and that's it. Because somebody even did the math. I forget who it was. I saw this on Twitter. But like it was when we're at 25 confirmed, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't include Kane or Kane.
It doesn't include Cain Velasquez, Kane. I don't think it includes Morrison.
Well, he might not actually be in it.
They're not bringing Morrison back weeks before the Rumble for him not to do some crazy spot. I do. It's common sense. He's in it, and they're still there. And on top of that, there were like 6 more people that were like, if Tucker's in it. Then, dude, come on. That's everybody's going to be in it.
They might reshuffle the deck some before the actual thing. They might be like, yeah, never mind. Tucky's not in anymore.
They should have been like, hey, a certain number, like, a couple people who really are deserving, who have good records or whatever, get to be in. The rest have to qualify for it. They really should have.
What they might do, since they know that there's going to be not a ton of NXT talent in the men's Rumble, then kind of overcompensate in the women's Rumble and have like half the field from NXT.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
At least 8. 8.
Don't think it's going to happen.
I think at least 8.
All right. Fair enough.
It's got me to thinking. Anyways, continue.
Okay. So, Shayna 3-time. After that, we had a DIY video package. And then we had Shayna Baszler versus Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi she got a lot in. Like I said, there was that great sliced bread on the apron bit. She ended up tapping out, though, in the end to Shayna Baszler.
Last year.
Although she did. She got out of it. She got out of it at one point.
Yeah.
And so this was a really great match for Shotzi.
It was a great showing. Last year in the Women's Rumble, there were 6 NXT competitors. And there were 3 in the men's.
Yeah. I hope you're right. Uh-oh. So Finn will be in it. But in my mind, Finn doesn't really count because, like, he just got to NXT.
Well, he's kind of above. I don't know. I kind of feel like he's above Brand.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then is there anybody else like Finn in terms of main, like they've been to the main roster already?
I can see Roderick Strong being in it because he beat Nakamura and AJ.
Yeah, potentially.
He's got no belt, so he's like, I might be in the Rumble. Here's the only argument I can make why Morrison won't be in it. Because he's obviously working heel, and they might think, well, if we give Morrison a highlight spot in the Rumble, people are like, oh, yeah, John Morrison, awesome, instead of if they were worried about getting heat on him.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, on top of that, but here's also a thing. If he can do, like, he's in the middle. The New Day just declared. They're in a thing with. Has Miz declared? Is Miz in it?
I don't think the Miz is in it.
The Miz and Morrison. That's 2 more names. 2 more names, of course, they're going to be in it. Miz is going to do nothing at the Rumble. Get out of here. Morrison's going to do nothing at the Rumble. Get out of here. No way, man. They're in it.
Well, they haven't declared.
Let's give it till tomorrow night. They'll declare. So after that match, we had a video package for Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. This is really well done.
That was really good.
They're going to have a match next week on NXT.
That probably will end in a weird finish.
Yeah.
Double count out, some sort of a no match because it gets too violent, something like that.
Takeover's in February.
Oh, this will be a takeover.
It's gonna be a takeover match, right? Like a proper
match.
one.
This should be a takeover match.
Yeah. Dakota Kai's got to win that in the end, I would think. I know they really like Tegan Nox.
Yeah.
But they need to give Dakota Kai a meaningful feud win.
You'd think so. I don't know. I kind of feel like Tegan Nox would come out ahead at the end of the feud.
This I could have watched a couple times, a Mustache Mountain video package, because I'm a huge Mustache Mountain fan.
Love them.
They're great.
Angel Garza interview. This is fantastic.
Where does Tyler Bate rank on your wrestlers right now? in terms of just watching his matches for NXT or for wrestling.
I mean, he's fun.
He's up there with Roderick Strong with me, man.
Yeah.
I could watch those dudes wrestle.
I kind of feel
all
like
day
Walter
long.
in terms of wrestlers I enjoy watching right now.
Hey, he's in there too.
It's Walter. It's Kota Ibushi.
Matt Riddle's up there for me too.
Yeah. Yeah, Walter might actually be tops, just in terms of how much fun I have watching his
He's
matches.
a blast because he incorporates everything that's really fun about wrestling, including the goofiness.
Yeah.
Because he is kind of a goofy looking dude.
Yeah, he is.
That bit, I can't get out of my head where he had, I think it was towards the finish of the Blackpool 2 match, and he's got coffee on the ground, and he goes running to get up to the top, and he runs in the goofiest, weirdest way. Like his hands are at his sides, and his arms are at his sides, and his hand, and it's the goofiest thing. And then he flies, and he's huge.
He's amazing.
He is amazing.
Walter is amazing. Angel Garza interview. This was great. He's talking about his Fatal 4-Way match at Worlds Collide. And he's like, I don't even know who I'm facing from NXT UK.
It does not matter.
But I don't really care.
Ligero, Devlin, Banks. It does not matter.
It was great.
Es un Latina en la casa.
Oh, yeah. He's talking about Swerve. He always says it's his house. Whose house is it?
Yeah. Come Worlds Collide, es Latina en la casa.
That was great. Next, another semifinal match in Dusty Classic. The Broserweights taking on Imperium. Ton of fun. Man, these Broserweight guys, they managed to forge some hella good chemistry.
I know, man. I know. It's so much fun to watch. And I was kind of surprised. Like there wasn't. There
was no interference in this match.
Yeah, right. There wasn't even a distraction in this match, was there?
No.
No.
Riddle just escapes Imperium's finish. Goes on a rampage, and then Broserweights hit a bro to sleep Insecurity combo to pick up the win.
Yeah.
No interference.
Yeah.
No Undisputed Era.
Imperium, the tag team, are not booked terribly strong.
No, they never have been, even though they're really good.
They really haven't been. You'd think that they'd be like much more dominant.
I know.
But
actually, apart from Walter, no members of Imperium have been booked terribly dominant.
No. It's crazy because Bartel and Eichner, you'd figure, like I thought for sure they were going to win those tag titles last week. It would have made a lot more sense. I like Gallus and everything, but.
Oh, I know. Eichner and Bartel are fantastic.
They're great together.
They're really good.
And even like individual, like their ceiling is super high. Like Martel, especially.
Marcel Bartel. I know.
Man, 6'3", looks like that. Talks like this. Promos are great. Ooh, he's good.
Really good in the ring.
Stud.
He's got it all.
Yeah, good stuff.
Anyways, fun match. In the end, though, not enough from Imperium to best the Bruiserweights. After the match, Broserweights are on the stage looking at the trophy. Outwalk grizzled young veterans. Gibson drops a promo, says all these neckbeards and Full Sail thinks Pete Dunne is the best thing to come out of NXT UK. But we know Pete's always held everybody else down to benefit himself.
I really like this. I love the framing of this because they're both like standing. You got the Dusty trophy in the middle, and then either team are on either side. I thought it was really, really well framed.
Oh, and then Gibson says something like, you guys are focused on your joint manipulation. Whatever that is. And James Drake's about to talk. Riddle grabs the mic from him.
Which is a great gimmick for James Drake. He never gets to say anything.
I know. And it says, bro, all this talk about manipulating joints, I kind of lost focus there and started daydreaming.
Bro. And then the crowd started chanting, Riddle's going to smoke you. He's all
great.
dancing along to it.
So good.
And then Pete Dunne gets the mic and he says, while your head was in the clouds, I don't know. He started running down Gibson and Drake. He says, the fact is I've been in the ring with both of you, and every single time you lose. And guess what? At Worlds Collide,
you lose.
It's
not a prediction. That's a spoiler right there.
Yeah. So that was good stuff. I really like that. The Riddle bit was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
You talking about manipulating joints. I start to daydream.
Oh, so good.
Oh, it's great.
After that main event, Keith Lee versus Roderick Strong. Early on, Keith Lee, man, he can do whatever he wanted in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was dominant until Roddy started focusing on that ankle they injured last week.
Yeah.
So we go to commercial, we come back, Lee's hitting a fun splash. He's got control for a while until Undisputed Era, of course, they're ringside. They distract him, and then Roddy drop kicks him in his bad leg, and then just starts working over his leg like, I don't know, 75% of the match. Lee would try to mount some offense. Strong would just keep on attacking the ankle. Various ankle locks multiple times. And it wasn't till the end, of course, where Keith Lee finally started out consistent offense. And then in the end, Undisputed Era starts getting involved a little bit. Lee fends them off. And then he goes for his finish. Has Roddy up in fireman carry position. Cole's on the apron. Lee hits him. And then O'Reilly and Fish try the same. They meet the same fate. Roddy hits a knee, single leg drop kick. That gets him a 2. Lee kicks out. He gets up. Roddy charges towards him. Catches him. Jackhammer. New North American champion.
What was the name he called it?
I don't remember.
I forget what it was. It was a good name, though.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. Somebody in chat will know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love that as a finish. I think it's great. And yeah, he basically just took care of the Undisputed Era
single-handedly
by himself.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? Where does he go from here? I wonder if because he's gonna look. I don't think him as North American champion is gonna be a thing that he's complacent with. I feel like he's gonna go after Cole by Mania. Right?
You would think.
I get that idea. It would not surprise me if at WrestleMania, the NXT Championship is defended and Keith Lee is the guy taking on Adam Cole. I just feel like last night we saw them, and I mean, this has been since Survivor Series. They put a rocket pack on his back.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they might be using this North American title as kind of a stopgap because they have plans they want to do with Adam Cole for the next few months. And they realize that Keith Lee is getting hot.
Well, I think it is, but I also think that he talks about ending the Undisputed Prophecy, and it feels more like this is just step one.
Yeah.
To like a larger. It'd be kind of cool if he went on a bit of a rampage, not just going after directly their gold, but also helping others to end the prophecy so that they're left with no gold.
Yeah.
I don't know who the next tag team on the horizon would be.
Yeah, I don't know either. It'd be the Broserweights because they got a title shot.
It'd be okay. There
if
you
they
go.
win the Dusty Classic, I believe.
And he's obviously friends with those guys, so or at least with Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
could
makes
make
sense.
some amount
That
of
makes
sense.
And they'll have to culminate. But I'm sure they want a Cole Ciampa program.
Yeah, I mean Ciampa's been talking about that endlessly.
Yeah.
Is that what's the? They've just been focusing on Worlds Collide. We've got Gargano Finn coming up for Takeover.
Yeah,
Portland.
then it's Rhea and Bianca Belair for Takeover 2. Bianca gets a title shot.
Because she won the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Okay, but they haven't said anything for Cole yet, have they? Okay. Yeah, that's going to be Ciampa. He keeps on talking about it endlessly. Cole's going to win that. Yeah. All right. Interesting stuff. Unless that's where Keith Lee strikes also. I don't know.
And cost Cole the title, so Ciampa gets it back.
Yeah, that'd be something.
Speaking of Worlds Collide, let's predict what's going to happen, Steve.
All right, fine.
6 matches on the card, I believe.
All right, so let's see here where to start. I like you did all this in the first place.
So the first match on the kickoff show, Mia Yim taking on NXT UK champion
I sort of have to go backwards.
Kaylee Ray.
I know this. How many? You said 6?
6.
Okay, well, you're definitely right about that one. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay, so you've got, wow, okay. Oh, with 1. Interesting. All right.
Interesting, yes.
Yeah, obviously Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, Kaylee Ray is going to win that one. I got 5 confidence
You're
points
right
on
about
that
that
one.
also.
Next, Finn Balor versus Ilya Dragunov. I got Ilya winning 1 confidence point. Here's the thing. They're going to have Gargano cost Finn this match, and then Finn's going to end up interfering in the DIY match.
I disagree. I think that the Worlds Collide is going to be. So I get that it's sort of a stepping stone towards it's sort of a detour on the way to Takeover. But I also think that they're going to want to make this as clean as possible. So I'm going to say Finn wins. I also only have 1 confidence point here. Because let's see here.
So now you got NXT essentially with a clean sweep then.
Nope.
Oh, you got Imperium winning the main event.
Hold on.
Who stood tall at the end of that brawl at the end?
I'm assuming Walter with the chop, right?
Oh, I thought you said you watched it.
I only know.
Oh, you just saw the
I was
chop.
like, I literally thought to myself, I need to go and watch the rest of that. And then in my car, talking to Tim Spulak on the phone, I thought to him while he was droning on about something. I realized
You hadn't watched it.
I
right?
didn't watch
Gotcha.
it.
I assume Walter chopping the hell out of Adam Cole is kind of like their stand tall moment. So, okay, next match: DIY versus Mustache Mountain, as I explained earlier. Mustache Mountain, I got them winning. Either because Finn interferes or it's a situation where you like to talk about Mustache Mountain. Yeah, DIY was a tag team. They haven't been a real tag team in a while. Mustache Mountain, on the other hand, is a cohesive unit. I feel like NXT UK needs to get more than 1 win or 2 wins.
Yeah.
So Mustache Mountain gets it here.
Yeah. Because here's the thing about the Fatal 4-Way. The Cruiserweight match. It'd be cool if they took that Cruiserweight to the UK. It'd be really neat. They're not going to do that.
No.
It'd be cool to have Garza over there defend it.
That'd be
also,
cool.
So that it's like an all-encompassing UK thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
NXT
I like how, in the build up to this, they're integrating NXT UK a lot more and making NXT as a larger brand feel like a more cohesive thing.
I know. I agree. So DIY versus Mustache Mountain. I've got DIY. I'll put 3 confidence points on it. Simply because I think this is like a one-time deal. I mean, I know it's probably going to be similar to like Kushida and what's his face?
Alex Shelley.
Alex Shelley getting together.
Yeah.
There's a chance they're going to lose this, but I don't know. I think they're going to have Finn and Gargano both looking strong going into Worlds Collide. So I think Ilya and Mustache Mountain are going to take the loss. Even though I love Mustache Mountain, I really don't want them to lose. I'm going to be rooting for them. So yeah.
Next Cruiserweight title match, Angel Garza versus Isaiah Swerve Scott versus, since it hasn't aired, I'm not going to name the 2 NXT UK competitors.
Oh, good catch. All right.
Angel Garza wins, though.
Yeah,
4
me
confidence
too,
points.
Because es un Latino en la casa.
Yeah. He hasn't been champion that long either.
Correct.
Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm, 6 confidence points. Rhea wins.
Yeah.
So he's going to have that belt for a while.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Main event, Imperium versus Undisputed Era, 8-man tag match. Just going by the math, both in terms of who wins and who loses and how I made my predictions thus far. And also, Imperium, I think, stood tall to close NXT. Traditionally, math would dictate at least 60% of the time. Whoever stands tall to close to go home loses in the actual event.
Yeah.
Undisputed Era wins.
Fair enough.
Alexander Wolf takes the pin.
Okay. I'm going to say Imperium wins just because, I don't know, they have to win something. They're probably not going to win the Dusty Classic. So they can win the biggest match.
Well, Imperium's not going to win the Dusty Classic because they got eliminated.
No, I mean NXT UK.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, the brand.
Yeah, that's not on this. This is on next week's show.
Cool. Awesome. It's going to be a killer show.
I thought it might be on this because it's NXT UK versus NXT.
Yeah, I know. That would have been cool.
But what do I know?
Nothing.
Not much.
We're dullards, man. Anyways, let's answer some questions. Let me go to the Discord here while you go to Super Chat.
Sure. Badman says, my gym bag was stolen today, including the Slayer shirt. Feels bad, man. Badman got out badmaned.
Oh, what? Hey, Badman, DM me on Twitter at MFSteve here. Well, if we have any of your size, we'll take care of you.
Apparently, worst man stole Badman stuff.
Maybe don't be such a bad man, and people won't steal your stuff. Let me know, and I'll hook you up.
Yeah. Jeffrey Nguyen, leave Taven alone. No.
Although I did love that if you follow Jeffrey Nguyen on Facebook, you can find out where he's checking in. That's all I'm going to say about that. Ryan Luckman, if you had, although I believe Rebecca and Jeffrey Nguyen and I'm so sorry I forget the other person, but they all took a picture at NXT.
Yeah.
And put it up on the Friendoverse.
That's cool.
It was great.
Super cool.
Friendo meetup. Ryan Luckman, if you had to choose one of your friends or family members to throw into a shoot Royal Rumble, hoping for them to win, who would it be? Hoping for them to win, so it couldn't be you.
Oh, it'd be Caljack.
That's a cheat answer.
Why is it a cheat answer?
That's a cheat answer.
He's a friend.
Yeah.
It so happens that we were friends with a pro wrestler.
Non-wrestler friend. Adam Mayhem.
Well, he's a former wrestler. Get out of here.
I wouldn't hope that he'd win either.
I guess it would have to be Hilton.
Yeah, it'd be Hilton. Like, I'd hope that he'd win, but secretly I'd want Walter to be in there just so he could
chop the hell out of him.
Crap out of him.
Just cave in his chest with a massive chop.
It'd be great.
Jose Laguna, with awards season coming up, what story in wrestling could win Best Picture? Maybe list a few nominees as well. So we're at wrestling story right now.
Otis and Mandy.
Hangman Page.
Oh, okay, there you go.
His battle with the bottle.
Uh-huh.
That's good.
Yeah.
Otis and Mandy, I guess so. That could be a quirky love story.
How many awkward moments do the Young Bucks need before they realize just piss off and leave the guy alone? Because they're starting to get on my nerves now.
Yeah, no.
Why do they have to be there every goddamn time?
They're just hovering the whole time.
Gee whiz.
Trying to
Stalker much?
Well, I think they're trying to live vicariously through their elite buddies.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at Hangman Page, I'd want to live vicariously like him too. He's a stud.
Yeah, he is.
Seems like a fun guy too.
I know.
He's crowd surfed last night.
Badass, man. The Seth Rollins story.
Oh, that's a good one.
That'd make for some good Oscar fodder.
Absolutely. Alex Foster. That's good. You named some good
I was
ones.
going to say the Miz one. Miz storyline's good too.
It's going back a little ways, but Jordan Devlin. No, was it Devlin? No, it wasn't. It was Noam Dar and Trent Seven.
Oh, gosh.
Noam Dar just following with the megaphone. Alex Foster. As a meter does the Dusty Classic generally end with an established team versus a thrown together team? It seems to happen a lot. Yeah, last year, Aleister Black and Ricochet, they were the winners.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I forget. But
yeah,
I think you're right about that. NXT question thread. Philly's number one, Greg Morris. So Lee took Roddy's title. Who takes the other titles? Does Ciampa get Goldie back? Also, a moment of silence for Cole's chest after that chop.
Yeah, it was a massive chop.
Who gets the tag titles?
The Broserweights.
Yeah.
I can't even. Off the top of my head, like Forgotten Sons ain't winning them.
No.
What other tag teams are there in NXT?
It'd be cool if the Time Splitters, if they did stick around.
Yeah.
If they stuck around. That'd be really neat. That'd be cool. Did you see Zach Gibson had like a lengthier promo interview thing on
was it .com?
one of the No, it was like one of the upcoming network specials, so it was like Film Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking and he sounded like he was talking out of character because he was very soft and not like intense.
Yeah.
But what he was saying was very in character, and he was talking about how basically all these internet darlings have passed them by because these idiot... It was one of those things where he's like, all these fans out there, they all think they know how to book wrestling, but they don't. And he was saying... It was really, really well done. James Drake, of course, didn't say a word.
Yeah.
But he was blaming everybody for them being held back except for themselves.
That's pretty cool.
But it was a really well done. I can't, whatever that thing is coming out, I'm looking forward to it.
Cassandra Mann says, side note, my boyfriend came home today from the gym with an epic t-shirt he found.
Nice. Oh no, Cassandra Mann is dating worse man. With two N's.
Yes, worst man. That's a potential.
Wow, that's a whole story that just played out right there in our
man.
chat. That was great. Good job. Well done, everybody.
Speaking of award season, there we go. I moved over to the Patreon. No, you're there too.
I'm there too. Carlos Villalba, odds of Undisputed Era having 0 titles by the end of TakeOver Portland.
It's probably more likely by the end of TakeOver Mania weekend.
I'm going to say, whatever happens at Mania weekend, that's when it's going to be.
Lord Ziffer, what are the chances we get Lee as, I believe, the first double champ in NXT?
They're not terrible. The odds are not bad. They're not. And then he'll come out on the next NXT. And
Cole technically was North American champion, I think, when
same as tag
last
champion?
year when Undisputed Era won the Dusty Classic, I believe. Mm-hmm. So I guess technically he'd be the first double champion.
Yeah,
double singles champion. Yeah, I don't think they've had anybody hold North American and their world title.
You see, they're changing the name of the women's championship in NXT, which is they're probably gonna follow suit. But then isn't it kind of weird to say WWE Raw champion Becky Lynch? Like, I feel like, I think it is. I think that they should probably change it. Like, if you want to take the women's out of it, I'm totally cool with that. But, like, wouldn't you, whatever, I don't know. It sounds weird to say WWE SmackDown champion.
I don't know. On Fun Wrestling, we've been doing that for a long time. We've had the Fun Disputed title, and they're both called the Fun Disputed Championship.
Yeah, no, I know. Because I was thinking, like, you got the Universal Championship. What if like the Raw one is Universal one and the other one is the WWE?
Okay, I understand your point.
You know
Trying to find things to call them that aren't gender specific.
Yeah, and also are not brand specific.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I think that's expecting too much from the WWE, however.
What to come up? Well, no, I mean they did it the NXT one. Getting rid of the women, the gender thing.
No, I think that's fine. Yeah. I mean, but they still just called the NXT Championship for both of them.
WWE Raw champion Becky Lynch, WWE SmackDown champion Bayley.
I understand your point, but I think that the same idea applies to NXT, where you if you just say, okay, the NXT championship is going to be on the line, and you don't really know what match, so since there's no qualifier or adjective before the NXT championship, there's confusion about which one is being defended.
No, I know. You need some qualifier. I agree totally.
And Universal in WWE title is a qualifier. Raw and SmackDown is a qualifier, the adjective used to describe the championship. However, saying the Raw champion, Becky Lynch in this case.
Doesn't sound that bad, huh?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. Anyways. Jake Mountford, what NXT superstars would you like to see in the Royal Rumble? At least one. I'd like to see Matt Riddle in there. That'd be nice. Can we get one?
Yeah, there'll be one.
Rick Coe. You guys think Keith Lee has momentum to get a Mania push this year, or is it too soon? A Mania push, what does that mean?
Like Mania as in WrestleMania on the main roster?
Like to be in the main event of WrestleMania?
I guess maybe
That's a lot.
if there's going to be a NXT title match on there, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Otherwise, probably not. Might be a little early for that. Adrian C. with Strong being the first to lose one of Undisputed Era's titles. This beginning of the end for the prophecy in NXT. Could we see Fish and O'Reilly dropping those tag team belts at TakeOver Portland and Cole dropping the title to Ciampa at Mania weekend? They'd all get called up the night after. I don't think the idea of call-ups is done. I don't think we're going to see talents getting called up. There'll be trades. There'll be talent changing brands, but I don't think they're going to refer to someone moving from NXT to main roster as being called up now.
Correct.
I think that's done.
I agree.
That being said, I would not be surprised to see the Broserweights beat Undisputed Era for those tag titles, potentially in Portland. And I guess the possibility exists Adam Cole could lose his title at Mania weekend, assuming there's a takeover that happens then.
Yeah.
Or at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Wait, why were you talking about the call-up? I'm sorry, I was zoning out.
It says they'd be called up night after. So then night after, Raw after Mania or SmackDown after Mania, the Undisputed Era
I think the call-up is done. However,
talent will still move around.
Yeah, I think talent's still going to move around. I'll say this. I don't think it'd be out of the question. However, I do think that the Undisputed Era are so central to NXT. I would be surprised if they put them on Raw or SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Adam Cole's pretty much had NXT more or less on his back for the last 6 months or so.
Yeah.
And unless they have someone they know is going to take that spot, you know, for example, Keith Lee or Rhea Ripley or whomever, then yeah, maybe that'll happen. But until then, I don't know. Especially the move to USA, Undisputed Era, everybody loves them. Unless they have enough faith in NXT as a brand to keep the viewership where it's at. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be really foolish if they did that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Unless they decided to do like a straight up trade, if they said, and this would be tragic, by the way, and I don't think it would happen. But let's say that Seth and Kevin Owens and Joe, this whole feud plays out, and Seth beats Kevin Owens or Samoa Joe, or however this is going to play out.
Like a loser leaves Raw match or something.
Yeah, you know, and like Kevin Owens, like, yeah, he was the face of Raw, but he's been run out of town. And they do a swap. Like Undisputed Era comes to Raw, Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe go to NXT. That'd be a shame because I want to see Kevin Owens and Adam Cole interact. I want to see that.
I know.
But that I could see potentially happening if they're interested in getting the ratings to be more competitive with AEW. Mm-hmm. Or, I mean, just in their own vacuum, hey, we want to try to get these NXT ratings to start showing real growth. That's a way to do it, is to get Kevin Owens over there, mm-hmm. or a main roster name over to NXT. We've seen success with that in the past with Survivor Series.
Well, just with Finn Balor over there, too.
And with Finn Balor, so... Yeah.
Andrew Jocelyn, who is the most marketable superstar in NXT right now, and what silly inspired item would they offer at the WB shop for said superstar? Says Riddle's recent promos have got me dying, so I'd say him. Yeah, Matt Riddle could be a massive star. He's got it all. He's great. He's got tons of personality. He's got great charisma. I think that they're
taking like a really smart route with him. Is they're sort of keeping him away from the role that Keith Lee is occupying right now, which is, like I said, rocket pack to the moon. But they keep him in these situations where he's still prominently featured, and like the crowd is just going to want that even more by the time he gets there, and they're going to pull it off organically. 4-Inch Fox, hey there, friendo's not really an NXT question, but did you manage to see or listen to Wrestle Talk with Adam Blampied? Fantasy booking the Rumble, it was an excellent listen. Would you ever have Blampied on your show if he was in Sacramento for some reason? Cheers, guys. I did see it. It was cool to see him back. I thought it was neat.
I haven't watched it yet, but I saw that was up.
Yeah, he's really good at the fantasy book. If he was in Sacramento, then yes, I think we'd probably invite him on the show. Let's see here. Let's go back to Discord and see if these guys have anything to say. No, they don't.
All right.
And actually, hold on. Cult of False Realities. Do you think we'll get Dream versus Lee for the title, or should Dream take on Cole? What's bigger? Keith Lee. Who gets a bigger reaction? Keith Lee now, as he is, or a returning Velveteen? The return always has more momentum behind it.
Yeah.
Or a returning Velveteen Dream.
Well, of course, that first night it'd be the returning Velveteen Dream. And depending on what he's doing after that would depend on the reception he would receive.
Keith Lee feels like such a big star.
Oh,
right
he
now.
is. He is.
Just a big
That's
star.
why I said for Dream, it's the return pop.
Yeah.
He would get a massive return pop. But then after a return pop, it depends on what he's doing.
Me personally, as a fan, I think that Keith Lee is on such a high trajectory, has such a freaking momentum behind him that I don't want to see that interrupted for anything.
No.
I really don't. Anyways. Anything else?
No.
Oh, we want
Appears
to
to be
do this real quick. So people have asked for this. So we went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. We opened up a Teespring store.
Yeah.
And we have anti-cold garments. There it is.
Hoodies. They're
Friendo
hoodies.
Club anti-cold garment.
Hoodies.
What?
Pullover hoodies.
This is meant to repel the cold, so it's an anti-cold garment.
I understand, but I'm being specific about what it is. You're right. In a broad sense, they are anti-cold garments. Specifically, though, to avoid any confusion, these aren't coats.
Yeah.
These aren't thermals or parkas. These are pullover hoodies.
No, what did George used to wear?
Gore-Tex.
No Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex. Mm-hmm. So Friendo Club hoodies are available right now. The link is in the description. I think it's teespring.com/stores/friendo-merch-club. I'm going to work on getting a custom domain that makes it a lot easier than that.
There you go.
But yeah, if y'all want a hoodie, or I think we have a long sleeve shirt there as well.
Long sleeve t-shirts, yeah.
It's got a Friendo Club. Yeah, we should get dress shirts. It's got
polos, beige or
beige polos,
or slate polos.
Salmon. It's got the Friendo Club logo on the chest, on like one side of the chest, and then it's got the big logo on the back.
On the back.
So if y'all want that, and then by Royal Rumble, we should have restocked our Friendo Club T-shirt sticker packs.
Yes, and more stuff on the Teespring to come. We got one last super chat here from W.S. Fletcher. He says, Steve, Star Trek, Picard.
I know, man. Me and Tim are gonna review it tomorrow, and then I think tomorrow I'm gonna see if I can do this. I might do a video at Friendoville for all the Easter eggs hidden in the first episode of Picard, and if people like that, maybe I'll do more. So yeah. Anyways, thanks everybody. We appreciate it. And until next time, we'll talk. What is that? Death Row Greatest?
I got an email from Amazon about Death Row's greatest hits. Death Row Classic.
Space Jam music from.
Don't know why.
All right, we'll figure that out.
We'll see what's on this greatest hits since Death Row greatest hits album.
So we'll be back in an hour for our AEW
yeah, more or less.
review.
Yeah, around noonish. Yeah,
around noon. And then we'll have for patrons and YouTube channel members Who Won Wednesday coming up after that. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.